Welcome to a brief tutorial about how to do pre-writing when it comes to our narrative writing. Now, narrative writing is all about a moment in your life that you have experienced and has meant something to you. It's memorable. In order to get you to think about those memorable moments, this sheet is going to help you do that. Now, we need to remember that a memorable moment is not a full day of Christmas or a full trip to the beach. You need to think of a specific moment within that trip or a specific moment within that day that was the most important so that you can really describe it and elaborate on it. Otherwise, your story is going to turn into a chapter book and, well, we just don't have enough time for that in 5th grade. So you're going to fill in this chart with just a few of your happiest moments, scariest school memories, funniest moments, sad times, angry moments, a time when you reached a goal. Ooh, that sounds really good to me. A special holiday, or a time when you learned a lesson. Maybe it wasn't your best moment, but you learned something that was really important to learn. So fill this sheet out first, and then you're going to move into the pre-writing packet once you have decided what moment you're going to choose. So you'll look at all the moments you wrote on this page and maybe eliminate some of them. You can cross things out, circle things, and decide maybe your top 3. Think about it a little bit and then choose which one you find is probably going to be the best to write about. There's the most to write about, it's the most exciting to you, and you didn't write about it in a previous grade either. The next phase, once you've chosen your narrative topic, is to start planning for it. So you're going to fill out this page right here about what you're going to write about, why you think it's good, a lesson you learned from this time, and I want you to think about 3 ways you could begin your personal narrative. Think about all the ways that we learned. The snapshot of setting, you could use dialogue, you could describe the narrator, you could do a snapshot of character, or do an action sequence. Those are the ones we've talked about. Then you need to put some details here that will make your story really realistic. You also should think about a time where you could be using dialogue, because we learned how to write dialogue and we're pretty good at it now, so you want to put that into your narrative. And think about 2 ways you could end your personal narrative. We haven't talked about endings quite yet. We'll do that when you're done writing, but maybe you have a way that you want to end it. Remember, it's not like, and that was the end, or, and then it was over. Usually you want to talk about your lesson learned, or maybe describe what's going to happen next and leave us foreshadowing. The next sheet in your packet's going to get you, it's going to look like this, and it's going to get you really focusing on your topic about what happened, when did it happen, where did it happen, why is this experience important. It's really going to get you focused on your narrative topic. This next part is going to be putting the main events in order for you so that you can quickly reference this when you're actually doing your writing. You don't have to have 10 main events within your memory, but I would have at least 5. And the last sheet that you're going to fill out is this one, the sensory details. A good story really does have a lot of colorful adjectives and describing words. So what I want you to think about is during your memory, what were you seeing? What were you hearing, smelling, tasting, feeling? Many of the kids from my class last year remember my narrative from last year. There was a fire in my house and it was a snow day. So for me, the sight, there's so many things I could say with what the fire looked like and what the snow looked like. Same thing with smell. Definitely I would be hearing the crackling of the fire and smelling the smoke. All those things. And down here with feeling could not only be what it's actually feeling like with texture, like I would say heat for my fire story, but it also could be how you're feeling inside emotionally. I was scared out of my mind, that kind of thing. So having these details written down ahead of time before we start writing, we're really going to have our ideas started to flow so that it's going to help when we actually start putting pen to paper when we start our actual writing. Now, while everyone is doing their pre-writing activities, getting their thoughts focused and settled, We're going to be pulling small groups to be working on their dialogue, how we're going to be presenting it using the iPad. We're going to be using either the Lego Stop Animation app, or we're going to be using a Toontastic app to turn your lovely dialogues into fun videos. Have fun pre-writing, and we'll see you soon to talk about how we start our introductions.